Assalamu alaikum badim lamoir lalu menube Gambia banko kan ani menube bantala banko kon la resi selamun nin kaf nyoma lamin mane murtanan kal kachandi kote ken aramisa lung aramisa kacha kon. Good afternoon listeners of Eco TV International, listeners and viewers who are resident in the Gambia and abroad. My name is Larry Sise. My colleague Lamin Mane is with me. We are here to talk to you about some issues again that we do normally on Thursdays. Our colleagues Lamino Lankoma and Mamanding are on special assignment. That's why they've not been with us in the last couple of weeks. But hopefully very soon they will also be appearing with us on this program. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Larry. Glad to be back here as usual with our viewers. And anytime we come back to Eco TV International, so it's a pleasure because we are dealing with issues concerning our country, and everybody out there in the diaspora and in the Gambia is part of the whole thing. So we thank you all very much for welcoming it into your homes and say to you all, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mais la moyer lal nin jiber lal be konton na mil ka Eco TV jube wati o wati la re ya fanya min don kana jan ka kanyi sewo balti wati o wati bali be konton na maflali assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mbokk yi ñoo déglu ak ñoo seetaan ñu ngi leen di gërëm di leen sant ci seen dégluwaay bi ak seen di ngeen ñu teeru seen kër yi di leen dalal du ñu dalal seen kër di seetaan Eco TV International bi nga xam ne ñu ñëpp a ko bokk télé boo seen télévision boo xam ne mooy pencoo mbiri réew mi su luñ xalaat askan bi lim bëgg fañ bëgg a dem fii lañ ko waxtaanee bëgg nañ lool pour dellusiwaat fii di waxtaan ak yéen alxamis bu nekk di leen ne asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakaatu ñu ngi leen di nuyu ku nekk sa tur ak sa sant di leen jox seen wàccuwaay ba mat sëkk jërëjëf jëf.
Okay, good afternoon. Today's program is going to focus on 4 issues. They are not very complex issues. We've talked about them before. We just want to emphasize the messaging around the 4 issues. The 4 issues are: 1, the Independence Stadium renovations. We all know this renovation has been going on 3-4 years now, and millions of dollars have been spent on it, and we still cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. The second topic will be the tribal identity politics of the President, the First Lady, and his surrogates. We've talked about that one also in UDP's last press conference. We're just going to hone in on an activity that happened 2-3 days ago, which was patently tribalistic. Issue number 3 is NAWEC and its continuing operations problems. I think we are all living this nightmare of the lights coming on and off like jumping lights in a nightclub, and long periods of load shedding without explanations from NAWEC. The fourth one is we want to bring in the Senegalese dimension of what we want to do on this, the Gambia we want. The Senegalese dimension is they are building infrastructure that is going to be transformative in their economy, and they are laying the foundations for surrounding us economically and probably even making us dependent on their economy for the foreseeable future. Lamin is going to take a lead on that one. He knows that much better than I do. On the Independence Stadium, Badimulu, bin nakacha fanna nanilam. Fanna follow Independence Stadium. Nal hakilo ba ma sanji saba fo sanji nani saibe je renovate le ba renovate la drong abuka bang. Kodo men keta je asiata million kemetile sai. Bar hanibi mo na dindemul buka footballo ke noje ni pareta tala footballo la fo eta finti banku dol kan ye ol luasi ye footballo kije na topic fulanjang identity politics lem identity politics wala mu tribal politics si faram fansindo anin si nyanto nyoto mba focus la fenne keta tilisaba komanto first lady tata je anin modo mbukala fi kawoto fan fo sidin jay lafta nga wo fanan kacha ka jibe ko UDP nying press conference labango menke nga men foje nyil kamuru wala kan koteke ime fonyo si faram fansin dole ba kanne sabanjang na topic sabanjang wala mun nawekti anila yenyim problem ol men soto yalo UDP meta fola ko NAWEC la problem ol a siatale lampol be fala ni fata mala faye mala ka boko be night club ole to wato dol fanan lampo si fa for 3 4 5 6 7 14 hours NAWEC buka fem fo mole topic nani njango wala mun ning Senegal tema Senegal be doku si la nyim man sakunda kuto be doku si fa menke kan pour que la silol dada que la porol dada que la airporol dada pour ila banko si falling nyama me alon ko ni dunta Senegal ifan ka alon ko falling be ke kan jan wo mun soton to la Carola Gambia la Carola Lamin be wo lead la so now Lamin I think let's just start with the Independence Stadium.
Yeah. The unending renovation of the Independence Stadium. It is such a shame at the national level that we cannot have a proper sports program in the Gambia without having to go abroad. Anytime our youths need to go to any sporting event now, sanctioned by CAF or FIFA, they have to go abroad. The indignity of not being able to even stage our sporting events and competitions in the country. We have to go and negotiate with other countries holders those events there. One, that penalizes our youth. We don't have the spectators that could boost them and encourage them to win. Two, the amount of money involved in doing that. Because anytime they go, we have to hire a plane to take them, or buy expensive tickets on planes. We have to pay the hotel accommodation. We have to pay for all the logistics in those countries. When that money could stay here and be invested in this country. We have to go through the indignity of going out there and discussing with those people and negotiating, and nobody takes us seriously. Not those countries, not CAF, not FIFA, not anybody. Yet it's so easy to do these things. As we speak, Senegal is building a mega stadium again in Diamniadio. Next year they are hosting the World Olympics, Youth Olympics. Youth Olympics, the first time it's happening in Africa is going to be in Senegal. I say to them, bravo, congratulations. You have been able to sell your country, sell your infrastructure, sell to the world what you can do. If we had been working properly, and doing the same things, we might even be able to co-host that with Senegal. We don't have the infrastructure. Senegal is building that stadium in Diamniadio for 200 million euro. And they are hosting 150 countries with 2,700 athletes coming from all over the world. Because they have a policy, they have a drive, they have a vision for the country. And we cannot renovate small Gambia Independence Stadium. We should be building a new stadium by now, not spending all that money doing a renovation that is unending. We started with, I think, what, 14, 16 million dollars?
$16 million.
Now it's over $90 million is spent on it. And still no light at the end of the tunnel, as Larry said. Why? Again, the same mismanagement and diversion of resources and poor procurement policies and programs. How come the person who got that contract from the beginning to renovate a small stadium of 30,000 people, you can't do that in 4 years? And then they say, oh, no, we did it, CAF came, they gave you. CAF doesn't need to come and tell you what to do. You should know what to do. You have been all over the world. You see the stadia in the world. You say, what are the standards? Go do the thing. Do the renovation so that the people can use that stadium. We're losing money by going out, hiring planes.
And we're losing hotels, money renovating.
Losing money from what you can get from the people who come to watch the match, what they will be paying. We will lose that money. We lose the money from other teams coming here to play and bringing in foreign exchange. We lose the prestige. We lose support for our players. We could be playing in front of a packed stadium of Gambian supporters, which will boost them. We lose all of that. And then we lose money for renovating. We don't know where the money is going. I mean, what is working in this country? Everywhere you go is the same problem of inefficiency, mismanagement, corruption, diversion. Till when? Till when? Gambians, this government cannot be reformed. It must just be replaced because they're just incapable of doing the right thing. For me, that's the bottom line.
Yeah, and that's the key. Cannot be reformed, has to be transformed. And the transformation has to be to vote them out. Yeah. Like we say, the initial budget for renovating the stadium, I think, was 16 million. It has now gone up to 91 million Gambian dollars, and that is a cost overrun of about 75 million Gambian dollars in 4 years.
There you go.
There is nothing more incompetent than this. And we keep saying this government's legacy will be incompetence, indifference, corruption, and impunity, tribal politics, identity politics, and that's just it. Yeah. There is incompetence everywhere, and nothing is working. So we just want to highlight this thing to say, this is not the Gambia we want. Yeah. The Gambia we want has to be efficient, it has to be competent, it has to be non-tribal, and it has to fight corruption where corruption is found to be. And it has to be resolved to say, we have to get Gambians out of the misery that they are in now. Because this is misery. Yeah. Just drive around the streets in the rainy season. Yeah. It's like the rhyme of the ancient mariner. Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
Exactly.
So exactly. we are in a situation where Gambians have to wake up to the fact that our country is lagging behind when you compare it to other countries. And that should not be acceptable to us, and it should not be the norm.
Yeah, you know, coming for the Independence Stadium, Sanji Nani, my tracker Purka repair. You can't see the far better yet. Psycho football to Kenolaji, sports Kenolaji, Funada Dakotek. Purka da Hanika be Sanji Nani, a member that. Where's such stadium Kutolole? Sanji Nani. Bari ya fuloka kala million tani wore ibada dala wala ya kutayandi renovation Sanji Nani kola hani kabi amamba ndu sabi ki ya 7 million tan konon toti do ko kilo mon banno abe selela de ron bo kala ko dum dami Sanji Nani do ko kilo kisima bo jabar mo wan ko do ka dum min tole jumala ka tay ka kemuneti lu woli na excuse to hanto ngambandi le bar fifa le ku gro sama wala kafle ku gro sama ku tati jiya to le mi nyanta kala lu ke doron alu ke do le tirimbali abula le tinya robula wala man keno wala yam batandi bar nim man falin to bet la ko mal ron on dum fali wote keno la nyim banko kan sa ka ñu government falin no la ko te ñu government nyanta ka wutu len ko nyambo ka government ko to samana o do se falin samana na ni ko man ke falin wote kala because ñu mom ci falin no la tamita wala le so gambianol abalto le bul sain kanyima sakunda wutu ko nyambo kama sakunda ko to samana je wala falin kala non te ñu defal ne ko ñaaro la doron li ñoo wax rek mooy benn waxtaan bi rek la foo dem ci nguur gi rek yàq la di pàccoo suñ xaalis di def leen neex kenn xamoon fan lan lañu liggéey ci réew mi stadium Independence Stadium ñeneenti at a ngi ne ñoom dañ koo rénover pour ñu beesal ko waaye ba tey liggéey bi mënut a jeex biñ dooroon ñu ne fukk ak juróom-benn million lañ soxla pour liggéey ko pour beesal ko ñeneenti at liggéey baa ngi continuer léegi liñ ci dugal ëpp na juróom-ñeneenti fukki million waaw xaalis boobu fan la dugal lan lañ ci def parce que ñun liggéey bi ñoo def foofu liñ gis foofu noonu loolu day mutul mun juróom-ñeneenti fukki million mutu ko dañ mën a xaar ñeneenti at pour def loolu ñeneenti at mënoon na cee samp stadium bu bees Sénégal ñu ngi samp benn stadium bu bees boo xam ne 200 millions yi euro lañ koo sampee parce que ñu ngi waajal World Youth Olympics déwén nga xam ne téeméer ak juróom fukki réew ñoo faa dajee ak ay ndaw yoo xam ne ñoo ñëw pour compétition ñaari junne ak juróom-ñaari téeméeri ndaw ñoo faa dajee jógee ci téeméer ak juróom fukki réew pour ñëw compétition foofu noonu ñun mënuñoo jël benn stadium bu ndaw te Sénégal am nañ Abdoulaye Wade Stadium am nañ Stade de l'Amitié am nañ Léopold Sédar Senghor am nañ naka tuddaati stade bi nekk boori Liberté am nañ ñetti stade ci biir Dakar ci boppam yu mag ok am na benn bu nekk Tilène am na bu nekk boori surtout Yemari Cessa boori Sicap am nañ stadium Kaolack Ziguinchor Kolda fu nekk. Saint-Louis. ñun amuñoo am benn stadium bu ndox rek benn bu ndaw fanweeri junne yi nit ak ci nekk bu ndaw mënuñ koo am mënuñ koo beesal lu xew ci réew mi lu tax ñun ñuy dellu gannaaw ci lu nekk rek fu nekk rek njublaan rek fu nekk rek yàq rek kenn mënul gis loo xam ne da nga ne waaye ngóor waaye lan la réew mi daal liñ ci gis mooy nguur gi dañ koo seppi génnee ko sànni fële indi beneen nguur bu ees pour gaa mën a jëm kanam loolu des na ci doomi réew mi leen léegi jërëjëf.
One thing Adama Barrow mu ne moom dina create millionaires.
waaw
mu ngi create millionaires. because kiñ jox contract bii nii. kooku obviously millionaire la so create na millionaire.
exactly
waaye ndax millionaire boobu ci interest yi nit ñi Gambian si la. loolu mooy wax ji. seen cost overrun bi 16 million lañ ko dooree léegi is 91 million. mel ni dafa ëppa liñ planoon by 75 million. kiñ jox contract bi qualified ci ñun. qualified pour mu def liñ ko jox pour mu def so ñun liñ nekk di wax rek mooy government yi Adama Barrow dafa incompetent te bii benn exemple incompetence la soo amee stadium boo xam ne it's as small as Independence Stadium mënuloo ko renovate to international standards after 4 years and after spending almost $100 million, there is something wrong with you.
Absolutely.
And Gambians should hold them accountable to this. The next thing on the Gambia We Want is the identity politics. Man mako de refetal rek di wax identity politics.
Yes.
Why it's more like tribalism.
Yeah.
Bi nekk ci dëkk bi. I will deal with the issue by saying 2 or 3 days ago there was a function. It was supposed to be a fuller function. The First Lady went with somebody who I don't generally like to name, but I have to. Went with Sidin Jai. And Sidin Jai got on the stage and introduce the First Lady to say the First Lady has a message from the President. And the President says he is happy that that function is being held, and to let them know that they are fullers and he is a fuller, and they should do business and support each other. That was the message that I saw on social media, and I think a lot of people also saw it. But it drives home the view that we hold, that this president does not have any agenda for the Gambia. His only agenda is to self-perpetuate, and that self-perpetuation is necessary to save him from the rampant cesspool of corruption that is in his government. There is rampant corruption in this government. It's everywhere. Maninkol ka fo me ibe molla kodo fufundi kanne so wal ko nge jiro sun halis. And all of that is intended to keep him in power, to keep people like Sidi Njai and Demba Sawali and Ahmad Ba, Dembo by force, and all of those people who are benefiting from him being president. They don't want to be held accountable. And they are doing everything to make sure that Barrow stays in power. And we should be resolved as Gambians to make sure that Barrow is not going to be in power after 2026. Lamin.
Yeah, I'm going to dafa daw yaram nga xamne ko xamne mo wara jité réew mi jité Gambie ko xamne mo ñu wara bolé mom moy féwalé nit ci réew mi bor bu set mu dalal ben xet ci State House ak yeneen fonction ci mel noonu waaw man saraxule laa comme yéen man maay seen waaja man pël laa comme yéen maa yéen a far man soose laa comme yéen maa yéen a far
man wolof laa comme yéen
ngoog ak ci ak lu kenn xamut da nga war a nekk ak Gambien comme ñoom ñëpp ñun xalaatuñ xeet li ñoo xalaat mooy doomi réewu Gambia bi loolu lañ war a promote suñu man Gambien laa comme yéen jëm kanam réew mi laa bëgg dama bëgg suñu ndaw yi mun a jëm kanam mun a am jàng yu baax mun a jàng yu am solo am liggéey yu baax defal réew mi lu rëy man loolu laa fi lu ma fi teg moom mooy ittee lu lañ séntu ci président nga wax xam ne nga da xamal ñu ne ñun ñëpp benn lañ ñun ñëpp doomi réew mi lañ Gambiens lañ waaye bu door di ñu xaajaale ñi man ñi te pël yi la man maa yéen la ci leen laa bokk soose yi wolof yi non nañ bugg a doomi Gambia yi xalaat gi seen bopp as Gambian bu ñu féewalee bu ñu xaajaale ku nekk fi nga jógee fi nga faaxee ko dañ koy ndamu waaye loolu ko war a indi boole ko yépp mu gën ñoo dimbale pour ñu jëm kanam parce que man bu ma indee li ma xam ne moom laa doon na keneen indi lim doon na ñu boole ko yépp as Gambians ñu mën a jëm kanam parce que man damaa toog suma koona bu ndaw ne man soose laa kii to fi le man aku laa man njaago laa man joolaa laa pël laa olof la fan lañ jëm sa kër doo fa nekk di dajale xale yi fii waaye yéen kaay yéen a bokka ndey fii man maa yéen la tey yéen a bokka ndey yéen a ñu gàtt ñi yéen a ñu njool yi yéen a ñu ñuul yi ñu xeereer yi déedéet yëpp sa njaboot la da nga leen a boole ñoom njëkk ne man maay seen papa man maa leen jur man maa leen a uuf yéen ñëpp te ci kër gi moom ñëpp a fi em dañ war a liggéey pour kër gi jëm kanam ñoo bokkal lépp dara duñu xaajare dara duñu féewale nañ leen liggéey pour suñ kër gi gën a jëm kanam ñëpp mun ñoo xool ñeeñu loolu la kilifa di def waaye doo nekk di xaajale sa njaboot doo nekk di indi loo xam ne dafay féewale lii dafa war a jeex ci réew mi affaire yi xeet dañ war a stop di ko waxtaanee di ko promote dafa war a jeex lu muy jur du rafet te ñun lu rafet rek lañ bëgg pour réew mi nañ xalaat loo xam ne na yóbbu réew mi ci kanam waay ngeen la waay am na yoo xam ne jaruñu koy wax sax waaye nag nguur gi mel noonu rek foog ñu sàkkal leen pexe rek génne leen fi 2026 des na ci doomi réew ma dee war rek nañ sànni carte génne fi ñii te fi ñoo xam ne réew mi boo leen ñor du seen bopp ak li ñoo parce que suñoo xaajale noonu dañu féewale ñun ñu nekk di xeex suñu diggante ñoom ñuy sàcc rek di def lu leen neex loolu warata am nañ booloo ñu bennoo génnee fi ñii te fi ñoo xam ne réew mi leen ñor du xeet du dara Gambia moo leen ñor jërëjëf.
Finally, this tribal issue, I think UDP's last press conference has delved into it quite comprehensively. But suffice it to say, these people, the president and his surrogates, they are weaponizing our tribal identities for their own political ambitions. They are weaponizing our tribal identities for their own political ambitions because they don't have anything to offer to persuade Gambians to say we are fit to rule you or govern you. They don't have programs that Gambians can buy into in terms of conceptualizing what the country's future holds. All they have is tribalism. That's why today the president is a Mandinka. Tomorrow he is a Wolof, because Wolof Yekoyar. Ghana Elek, the next day he is a Sarahule because he was born within the Sarahules. And finally, the day after that he is a Fula. We need a president that is a unifying personality. We believe in the sanctity of this one Gambia, where our destinies are intertwined. What affects you in your home affects me in my home. So let us just say no to this tribalism that this government is pushing on our throats. They have done it successfully in 2021 by convincing people that if the opposition comes into power, they're going to send you all packing. That has not happened. The opposition has never indicated that it will send anybody out, much less Gambians like them. But guess who is taking people, packing people back? It's this same government.
Exactly.
This is the same government that is destroying your stalls in the markets.
Yeah.
And who are the people who are suffering the most? The people he says he's part of.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have a president who cannot unify us because he does not have a unifying outlook to him.
Yeah. And what we need is a nation.
It's a nation called the Gambia.
Yeah.
Not a fragmented nation in 2025, a fragmented nation that is built on ethnicity and ethnic sentiment.
Right. Right.
It's a shame Gambia is being channeled through that.
Yeah.
Now, when we say things are not working everywhere, let's go to NAWEC. I think in the urban areas at least, NAWEC was making progress until Fatajo left.
Yeah.
After Fatajo left, NAWEC started going downstream. Alpha Robinson came, it improved somewhat.
Yes. And they undermined.
And they undermined him, he is out.
Yeah.
Nani Juara came, it got worse. There is no other way to say it. It got worse. Yeah. He's out of the picture, he's promoted for his performance at NAWEC.
Performance.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then this current Mr. Sedi comes into the picture. A few weeks or months after he took over, NAWEC improved. But NAWEC is now just not performing. Yeah. The lights are going on and off. They are jumping on and off like you are in a nightclub. And your appliances are being destroyed. Personally, if I tell you just this last 1 month, even my stabilizers are blowing.
Last week, my TV, that was the latest, I had to take it to a company here. I cannot name it because I don't want to do any publicity for the company, but they will recognize me probably. I took it there. Fortunately, they said something blew in the circuit, and they fixed it for me. The following day, I got it back after paying $2,500.
Yeah.
At least that one I recovered.
Yeah.
But I lost 4 washing machines to NAWEC.
Yep.
Electric kettles, I can't even count.
Electric kettles and irons, electric irons.
Yes, and the microwaves. Can count. Why? Because you're just throwing good money after bad.
Yeah.
Yet I believe that Gallo Sedi is technically competent. Why isn't he achieving? Is it because he's been saddled administratively or what? Because technically he's competent, he's bright. Why aren't we getting the results? Come on, what's happening in this country?
Yeah.
It's sad.
UDP has been very consistent to say we do not mortgage off our national assets. We've been very consistent with that. We don't want the bridge to be concession. We don't want the port authority to be concession. We didn't want the ferry to be concession. Now they are going to concession the airport.
Yeah.
And possibly, although they are denying, Gamcel is also being under reform, some form of reform. I don't
These
know
are going to be sold off.
what reform it is. But we have maintained in various platforms that it is prudent for this government to consider breaking NAWEC up into a generation unit, a transmission unit, a distribution unit, and a water unit, so that we can have some efficiency gains in some of these units of NAWEC. Now, if they cannot do that, just restructure NAWEC to be able to give us electricity 24/7 uninterrupted, to give us water 24/7 uninterrupted. Where I live, I don't want to mention where I live, but for 27 years now, we can't get water from NAWEC. So we are paying through our noses for the electricity and the water. So I don't know where everybody is, but in the urban areas, it's not working out. In the rural areas, maybe, because last time I was home, my stabilizer blew because of surging. And a lot of people are also complaining the same thing in the rural areas also. So NAWEC, if you are listening to us, like we say, we think Gallo is competent. We just don't know why things are not working out under him. That's the question mark we have. And we need to talk about it.
Compare that to Senegal today. They are taking major strides in the area of energy. They are developing their energy grids, power grids. They are moving there. Even the coal-fired plants are being moved to gas-fired plants now.
Yeah.
The ones that are using heavy fuel oil are being replaced with gas turbines. And they're getting much more efficient and much more cheaper. They are having major solar programs being built. Today, they are planning to have about 1,000 mini grids in Senegal to be able to supply the whole country. We can have the same efficiencies built here. Take our ministries, take our hospitals, take our major public institutions, cover them with solar panels, and you'll generate enough solar power for each of those institutions. You can power the whole of the quadrangle just by putting solar panels on the roofs of those buildings in the quadrangle. Put solar panels, maybe refurbish first the central bank in Banjul, and cover the roof with solar panels. And all of those ministries do the same thing. Somewhere you need to put it maybe on the walls. But you can put solar panels there to power those ministries and those buildings. And we even get a surplus, which you can sell to NAWEC and put it in the grid, or save it in the grid or use it when you need it. You can encourage people to do the same thing for those who can afford it in their areas, bring down the cost of the solar panels, of the batteries, of the inverters. People can generate power. You have independent power producers, the IPPs, and they can sell it to government. If you cannot generate power, allow other people to generate. Allow institutions to generate power for themselves. It will be clean energy. When I was in Tunisia, almost all the public institutions and hospitals and clinics were just running on their own power, from solar power.
And there is abundant sunlight.
Exactly. But they don't have more sunlight than us. They were generating so much power, they were selling the surplus to their power grid. Why can't we do the same? And we can even do better because we're a much smaller country. And we can do more solar plants in this country and forget about the generation problems of NAWEC. It will be clean energy, renewable, no heavy fuel oil to buy, no gas to buy, and we can have power that we need. So who will come and invest in the Gambia? Small population, poor electricity supply.
Poor water supply.
And poor water supply and everything else. Poor road infrastructure, airport infrastructure, port infrastructure. When you can go and invest in Senegal, where power is stable, it's affordable, where you have a good network of ports. They have the Dakar port, which is doing extremely well, particularly when they brought in Wali Diouf Bojang. He restructured the port. They didn't go to concession it out. They brought Wali Diouf Bojang and he's turned the Dakar port around. And it's doing extremely well. But they are building the port of Ndayan, which is $1.2 billion to build. The first phase. We are talking of $400 million for Sanyang port. I'm not even sure what's going to happen. Ndayan is $1.2 billion for phase 1 of the project. It will come live in 2026 or 2028. And then there's a second phase. And they're going to have a quay of 800 meters plus, which can handle 2 super tankers. We cannot have a single one here, a proper one. That is Dakar, they're building Dayan, they're building Barni Sendu, just outside Dakar, outside Rufisque. They're building another one there, which is going to be efficiencies in terms of production, in terms of marketing their agricultural produce. They are building a desalination plant outside Wakam. But we'll come to all of this in a while. Senegal is building efficiencies, and we are getting more and more inefficient. Does the government think about that? Gambia is going to end up being irrelevant because Senegal is doing so many more things much more efficiently and better than us. Who would come to invest here?
Transparently.
Exactly.
Also, and accountably.
Sonko Jomai are doing a great job. Wad and Maki, in spite of Maki's antics, they did try to a certain extent. But they left a heritage, even though they left a huge deficit because they were overpricing like we see here. They were hiding debt, Maki, but he left something at least. But here we are being overpriced. Everything is going concession out. Those people are building capacities and bring them into the country and keeping their strategic investments. We are outsourcing all of ours. So, coming for wrong, wala nimman fere kem fanna. Mo be general nale. Na we bika taman wa nyama. Andu be ngalon ko galo sedi mbiye ay karango londo sotole. Mo na galo man na we taman dino. Mo ne keta. Ya bunu le city bang fo munem.
Wala ya single city.
Wala ya single city mabala do ko ka nyama. Mo ne keta. Kata londo babul. So na we man tamano. Na we sanji jelu ku kilongo bukata ko fo nyaata fo ko ma doron du neen signol jube Senegal be men do ko kayla courant fo mo be courant da be jikane doron wate say la coulon kilowatt hour is about 23 francs per kilowatt hour ubi jikane doron and du saying ika solar plant le load labe to tarim fanan ila generation plants ni mira ko ikatama num ko konke mbulu ga fay coal woka sisio bole fa patambe ka mol batande sa yol be falin I be ka tamanin gas lela min last one you mamba for the sambi fana be ban ya bondi kembo bondi yeka gas ka tama gas lela ñu kembo fa ka fa ko ka kembo simban ko ko to duma so ka wala ken ñu jaka tama wala no bari yo be bondi kan min ka tama no heavy fuel oil la ñin comme ñun tulol fana be falini sabi ka tama kan gazol be solar plateau fana local so Senegal ko courant min do ko bi janni wa fala 2026 wata la courant da jita kende ka to be min sulata men ba be do ko kan ñaam par Senegal do ko wala pour ka ta ñaar do kam ko ma don Senegal yo kele yela port Dakar poro ñi imatul ma tayle de ma di mola
even though Allah minister ko Gambia drone la poro be man ko
exactly.
Senegal meta
Senegal la poro ya wali Diouf bo jone samba je ka ko nana poro do ko ndi ay poro do ko do ko kende la sain andu kola ibe port do lo kan Dayan port ibe barni sendu lo kan just outside Rufisque ibe najigen shore lola and ibe dry port kala Sine Saloum ibe do kala Senegal oriental Tambacounda ma fawol ñu be kata bati min e kuram beto soto ada diata e por beto soto tama kan nyama silol bi bado ku kan woni total man kata nyola fam
terrain
fanam bije high speed train ila airport hol Blaise Diagne Kola ibela regional airports nyul Tamba Kolda Ziguinchor Saint-Louis be rénover kan ka regional airports ni Sénégal lol be son tol man fen soto jang ñol na investment la jang ñol na ku kala jang idina jibita Sénégal le so ni man ku katam faye fitel tamito mi yalon ko Gambia mo na jang ko de na fata la ko de because mi ñanta keno le sa keno Sénégal le dadima ita ko kala jang pour ka day ko le yebul so be ndo ko Sénégal be wala sama kana wa fi jang ni banko ko tangol to akana ñina ko sayna African Continental Free Trade area sotole Senegal yon doguno Senegal sa wafi no janne problème tiji
and ite balin wala
because be African Continental Free Trade area sign so ñanta jelle jube la man sa kunda ka ñaato le si bari ñu ka ñaato si ñu foti ñaaro doron ko la moy lu wolum ñaato si nim mo le be siri ñu ko be do ko wala ban do ko ke sama bi mo be ñu lan tolla de mbokay li ñoo wax rek moy du ñu dëkk ñoo Sénégal dëkk suñu bokk lañ ñu ngi def liggéey lu am solo ci biir réew léegi li ngi Sénégal di def ci nguuri Jomaay Sonko bi sooy doomi Sénégal day di nga ko ndamoo da nga ciy bëgg parce que gis nga liggéey yu ñoo def ñu ngi wàccee prix courant bi boor bu set parce que ñoom lañ daan liggéey courant dañ ko wécci ba nga xam ne léegi courant baa ngi gën a yomb ñu doon jël benn lu mel ni këriñ la woon ñu ko daan gas ci ron ñu ko ooy kóol am na seen power plant seen noonu lañ doon doxee génnee nañ loolu léegi gas lañ ko doxalee ñi daan use heavy fuel oil diw gi ceeñ nañ ko ñoom itam léegi gas lay doxee ñu ngi samp solar plant fu nekk te in fact ñu ngi bil benn daam Sambangalu
that's been on the books for
ci boori Tamba te River Gambia lañ ko bilee it's on the River Gambia OMVG Sambangalu rek na leen indil 150 megawatts la leen indil Sambangalu ñu seen 150 megawatts Gambia fii solatuñ courant am nañ lépp waa Sénégal am ko bil Sambangalu te ñu ngi def yeneen projects solar projects pour janta gi pour gaz bi ñun defuñ dara te fu nekk gaz bi ñoo am Sénégal ak diw gi ñoo am seen gaz boobu la ñoo jël léegi pour doxal seen power plants yi su ñu ngi am loo xam ne Gambie soxla nañ ko te ñun dañu nañu amuñ gaz amuñ diw te mu ngi ci géej bi duñ mën a def comme Sénégal dem gasi suñ gaz bi ak suñ diw gi ndax moo jëm kanam itam seetal bi Sonko demee tooki lan la indi dafa togg Erdogan téye ko comme nawleem ñu waxtaan yu am solo am projet yu baax mel ni ñoo samp ay factories in Senegal di fa liggéey ay auto ay kenn xamul waaye ñun di same Turkey ñu jox leen suñ port ñu leen liggéey leen ko ngeen jox ñu téeméer bu nekk ñu jox ñaar fukk waaye déedéet ñoom Sonko ñoom dañ fa dem waxtaan yu set Turkey suñ nawle lañ mun nañoo liggéey ñoom am loo xam ne nag njëriñ réew mi waaye dafa fekk nguur gi ak njiit yi ñoo dem liggéey ak ñoom ni mu waree waxtaan ni mu waree doo dem rek jox leen jébal leen yëpp ngeen def leen neex it has to be win-win. Turkey can be a very good partner for us like it is for Senegal. We have nothing against Turkey or any investor. We just need to have a working relation that is a win-win for everybody.
A balanced, transparent working relationship.
What Senegal, what Sonko got from Turkey when he met with President Erdogan and all that they did, all the deals that they signed, that is the kind of deal we want to sign with Turkey. That's the kind of deal we want Gambia to sign with Turkey. So it can be a win-win. Turkey has a lot to offer, but not to go and hand them over our port and say, do what you want. We want Turkey to come and invest here, but invest in a win-win situation. That's what Sonko just succeeded in doing. Why can't we do the same thing? We have to start thinking about this country and knowing that we have competitors. If you don't do anything, we're going to be irrelevant. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. I think we should have two slogans. The slogan that came out of our colleagues in the Brikama Area Council
yes.
to say, don't lie, don't steal,
yes.
job wreck. That is a slogan we should all adopt on this government.
Absolutely.
The second slogan is bring out the contracts.
yes.
Bring out the contracts.
And be transparent.
And be transparent about it. I mean, the minister kept saying, we have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
If you have nothing to hide, Mr. Minister, bring out the contracts.
Yeah.
Let Gambians see what you have signed on their behalf.
Simple.
It's as simple as that. If Gambians feel the contracts you have signed for the Africa 50, for Trans-Gambia Bridge, for the ferry services, for the ports, and Banjul Port, and for Sanyang Port, bring out the contracts. If we feel it is a balanced contract that is in the very best interests of this country, we will congratulate you.
Absolutely.
And we will give you the accolades and the respect that is needed.
Exactly.
So, we adopt those two lines. Don't lie, don't steal, job wreck, and then bring out the contracts.
Yeah.
Bring out the contracts. The reason why I keep saying bring out the contracts, a lot of the times people don't even read those contracts,
No.
especially the small print. But that is where the secrets of those contracts are.
Yeah.
So bring them out, let us see. I'm going to close this by saying, I've been tracking the resources that have been going into NAWEC since 2017. By my count, about $498 million went into NAWEC since 2017. It could be much more than that, but it definitely will not be less than that. So bring out the contracts, NAWEC, bring out the contracts, works and infrastructure, bring out the contracts, Minister of Finance on the Trans-Gambia Bridge with Africa 50. Let us be transparent for once in our lives.
Yeah.
As a country, as a government, as a people. We want to see what you are doing on our behalf. Don't just tell us we have nothing to hide. If you have nothing to hide, bring out the contracts. Yeah. Left running, the other issues you are talking about?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to just end it by saying we should say no to tribalism. We should say no to people who are weaponizing tribal identity for their personal ambitions. And recently there is a survey out. I've not been able to lay my hands on the survey proper, but social media is saying there is a survey out which shows over 96% of Gambians don't like the tribalism that is going on in the country. Only about 3%, 3.2% have a positive vibe for. It's a great survey. It should come out. Ole, Wolof, Serer, Aku, we are one people, one country, one nation. Let us not allow people to use our tribal identity for their personal gain. Let us refuse that. Let us also refuse the notion that the cesspool of corruption that is going on in this country can continue. We should not allow it to continue, and we should call them out every turn we take.
We should do that really because we cannot normalize the abnormal. We cannot continue to divide our country and run ourselves into the ditch. We have to do something different. And you know, what you announced there, we want to link that with what is happening in Senegal. Senegal is our closest neighbor in terms of geography, in terms of languages, in terms of geography and politics and everything, and even the ethnic groupings and all, which we don't want to amplify at all, but even in those, Senegal is our closest partner in the world. And Senegal is going places, but we are not only stagnating, we're going backwards. We have to do something, or we will be irrelevant. A nation has to have a vision and an ambition. If we don't have any ambition for this country, we think that we can just do our little things in our little corners and our individual little gains to the detriment of the greater good. We're sacrificing this nation. It will end up being irrelevant. I just want to give a few examples of what is happening in Senegal today, which can make the Gambia irrelevant if we don't do anything. But it's not just Senegal, it's in relation to the rest of the world. We have to plan ahead. To govern is to plan ahead, and you see, that is what the camera is just showing us today. That is Airport International Blaise Diagne, the Blaise Diagne International Airport in Dakar. That's what the screen is showing us there. This airport is first rate and can handle over 1 million passengers a year. This airport can receive so many aircraft at the same time, each of them linking to satellites on the airport building. And we are not able to maintain properly our small Gambia International Airport, which for the size of the country is okay. If we do it properly, if we had run the renovation properly, the 41 million that went into it, if we did it properly, it would have been okay. But Senegal has the Airport International Blaise Diagne, which is a first-rate airport. In addition to that, they are developing now their regional airports, Ziguinchor, Kolda, Tamba, and Saint Louis.
Even Cap Skirring.
Cap Skirring is already there. But they are doing the Ziguinchor one, the main Ziguinchor airport. Cap Skirring is already at international level. But they are going to do Ziguinchor, Kolda, Tamba, and Saint Louis. They're going to transform them into regional airports which can receive flights from abroad even. Now, if we are surrounded by all those airports.
And they have a rapid transit.
Exactly,
system.
and I'm going to get to that, but these airports will make their air transport even much more efficient and cheaper. Who would fly to Banjul International Airport? You'll go to Ziguinchor, you drop there if you're coming to the Combo area, or you go to Tamba Airport if you're going towards Basse and the rest. Or you go to Kolda if you're going to, or you go to Saint Louis if you're going to Sin Salum, or you go to Blaise Diagne. It's going to be cheaper. So our airport is going to be useless in the end. They have the Dakar port, which I said, which is doing extremely well. In addition to that, they are building the Ndayan port. They are building the Bargny Sendu port. And they're going to build the Ziguinchor port. So we are surrounded by efficient modern airports and efficient modern ports.
Efficient transport system.
Where does that leave our transport system, air transport and maritime transport? We are dead. In addition to that, they are building a first-class road network. The road network from Dakar to Diamniadio and now to Mbour has been completed and is perfect. And now they're extending it to Kaolack. And from Kaolack, they're going to go to Tamba and around the country. They are building a rapid transit train, which will go from Dakar, central city Dakar, plateau area, to Diamniadio in less than 50 minutes, whereas now it's about 1 hour, 40, 50 minutes to get there. The rapid transit train is already there, and they're going to bring in new wagons, etc., and increase the speed to about 160 kilometers per hour. You can go to the airport in Diamniadio and the rest in less than an hour. And they're going to extend that right across the country. This is the first phase. The study has already been conducted to extend that rapid rail train network to Tambacounda. And if they get to Tambacounda, they're going to branch off to Ziguinchor and Kolda and all the rest. Sorry, and Seju, not Kolda. Kolda is so much higher up. So the country will be really interconnected. When that happens, does this government think about the Senegal bridge? At that point, it will be even useless. They are not planning ahead. We spent over $100 million now on the Senegal bridge for the West Africa transit and trade facilitation. Dakar, Abuja. But if you don't do what is necessary, when Senegal does all this infrastructure development around the country, who would be using the Senegal bridge? Nobody. And the money we accruing from that will be lost, even though we've concessioned it out for mortgaged it for 25 years. Even the little we're supposed to get from that, we won't get it anymore. And if Africa 50 is not making money on it, they wouldn't go to repairs that are necessary. Does this government think about those advantages and disadvantages for us? If we do not do anything, Senegal will be the hub. Nobody will come to the Gambia to do any investment. The energy sector in Senegal is doing extremely well. They have cut down on energy prices. The kilowatt hour of power in Senegal is now about 22, 23 CFA francs, compared to over 120 here in the Gambia. They're just finishing building Sambangalu Dam on the River Gambia in the Kedugu area. They have solar plants being developed all over the country. And they want to have a network of small power producers, about 1,000 of them in the country, to serve all the regions. They are trying to do what it takes to develop a country and to attract investments. When they do all of that, power becomes extremely cheap. Transportation, road, rail, air, and sea becomes so much cheaper in Senegal. Who will come to invest in the Gambia? Who? The Gambia will be irrelevant. Does this government think about that? Do they think about that? The education sector in Senegal is booming, and they are bringing in new technologies, new faculties, new professors. Everything is developing. Today they are linking up with Silicon Valley to develop IT sectors and IT incubators and hubs in the country. Professor Pierre Gomez is struggling with our technology university. He's doing a lot. He needs to be praised. That's the only one I praise in this government. But he needs that support to be able to take that to the next stage. He's not getting the support he needs to do that, even though some is coming in from Nigeria and the rest. I think Ghana as well. But Senegal is developing that and linking up big time with big tech companies.
I mean, they even have a space program.
Yes, they launched a satellite built in Senegal.
By Senegalese.
By Senegalese, and launched it into space.
Yeah.
And we are doing what? Nothing.
We are busy stealing money.
Yeah, exactly. In addition to that, when they go out to negotiate, they negotiate good win-win programs. Last year, when Jamai went to the UN summit in New York, from there he went to Silicon Valley to go negotiate contracts for American tech companies to come and invest in Senegal, and they are doing it. When he went to China, he did the same thing. He went to negotiate to have them come and invest in Senegal and make Senegal a hub in West Africa. What did Barrow do? He took Mohamed Jah and said, help him, I support him. One person, not a country.
Yeah.
When Sonko went to Turkey, he negotiated very good contracts with Erdogan. Turkey is going to invest billions of dollars in Senegal. The transport sector, I think they're investing about $9 billion.
Yeah.
To build an assembly plant in Senegal, where they'll be assembling vehicles. Senegal wants to buy 4,500 buses and the rest from them. They're going to build a factory in Senegal, an assembly line, where they'll assemble those and sell it to Senegal and then to the sub-region. What do? We give them our port, say, run the port and do whatever you like. Turkey could be a very good partner. And make no mistake about this, we have nothing against Turkey. We think they could be an excellent partner. Just that we need to negotiate better with them and have win-win contracts. Even the port of Sanyang that we are against, if they negotiated better, we will applaud. It's got nothing to do with Turkey per se. Turkey is a partner, a major investor.
It's the way we do business.
It's the way we fail to do the contracts with them that we are, decrying. If they do it properly like Sonko and the rest did, we will applaud them. But the bottom line is what? Senegal, this new government, this Diomaye Sonko government is very patriotic, is very forward-looking.
Very visionary.
Very visionary. Whilst we are just locked up in our tribal politics. You do not run a country like that. To manage a country, you have to forward plan. You have to look at what's coming in the next 20, 30, 50 years and start laying the groundwork for that and doing it properly.
In fact, global trends.
Exactly. Exactly. Even the regional trends today, with the African Continental Free Trade Area, if we don't do anything, Senegal will produce all that they need to produce, and they are doing extremely well. Mabouba Diagne, what is the Minister of Agriculture, what is doing in the agricultural sector, it's amazing. But why are these people achieving all of that and we are achieving nothing? The patriotism, the love for the country, the desire to do things without stealing our money, without embezzling, without diverting. That's what's happening in Senegal today. The agricultural sector is booming. Government is bringing equipment and giving them all over the country. They are assisting, they are giving seeds, they are doing reproduction of seeds and improved varieties of crops. They are doing everything that needs to be done to develop a country. Why can't we get a leaf from their page? Sorry, a leaf from their book?
In fact, there was a time Senegal used to buy all its food from here. Senghor used to have a slogan to say, "Wow, go Gambia."
Exactly.
Anyway,
why aren't we doing it today?
I think we are coming to the end of the program. This is the Gambia we want. This is the Gambia we want.
Where we have a vision.
Where we have a vision.
And a serious ambition for this country.
And a serious ambition for the country, minus all the tribal crap that is being pushed on us. Let's elect people with a vision. Let's elect people who are patriotic citizens of this country, who are not petty tribalists. Let us have a vision for our country, and when we do contracts, we do balance contracts. Contracts that are in the very best interest of this country.
Yeah.
Nothing against Turkey or anything. If I were them, I'll sign.
Yeah.
If you give me 20% of your asset, I will take. If you give me 96% of your resources, I will take.
Yeah.
But that is not balance, and it's the imbalance is not on their part. The imbalance is on the side of the Gambia.
Yeah, and they don't take you seriously because they know they will take anything. You can shove anything down their throat, they will take it.
Yeah.
But when you're a serious negotiator, they respect you, they do the right things with you. And don't listen to the people who come around and tell you all sorts of, nonsense about the cost of developing infrastructure. It is because they are involved in the corruption.
Yeah.
If you gain from that corruption, if you are a member of the party that is gaining from it, if you are a member of the team that is getting rich at the expense of the ordinary Gambian, yes, then you will praise the crude construction. Yes, you will say the costs are high. The guy who is charging you $100 million, $150 million to build your 22-kilometer road, he is smart. He gets a huge profit, and you get probably a lot of kickbacks from it probably. But the guy who will ask you to do it for $22 million because he knows the cost, that guy would go and get the proper contractors to come and do the road. If you cannot finance it, keep your money, go get money from somewhere else. But if you tell him, okay, do it at whatever cost you like, of course he will charge you more because he gets more profit. And some trickles down to you, or maybe a lot trickles down to you. If you can build, if I ask you to build me a house, you tell me, oh, okay, I'll do it for you for $10 million. And I know you can build this house for $1 million. I will tell you, don't do it. I'll go get somebody else. I won't give you $10 million to build me a house that you can build for $1 million. When I was at the ADB, we stopped paying for a number of contracts, stopped paying the money to the countries. We do the tendering ourselves, or we get the country to tender and we have a known objection. So we control the tenders. We know who is getting the money and what is the cost. That way you control the cost element. If you don't, the contractor will tell you what he or she wants because it's in his best interest to make as much profit as they can. But in you as a country, it's in your best interest to get it as cheap as possible, but efficient and well done and properly done. So what I can build for $1 million, I will not allow you to charge me $6.8 million for that. And anybody who tries to spin for you that, yeah, the cost is high because materials, it's all a lot of nonsense. Battle Harding has no gravel in it. It has no basalt in it.
It's all sand.
It's all sand. And they will tell you, oh, the cost of equipment. Equipment comes here duty-free. When they build those roads, they bring in the equipment duty-free. And what do? You take 2-3 containers, and you put the equipment in. It's going to cost you maybe $20,000, $30,000 to bring. That's all. Duty-free. When you finish, the government allows you to sell it here, and you pay tax on it, or you repatriate it and take it to your next project. So the cost of your equipment is nonsense. That doesn't count. It's minimal. It's only staff costs. Staff costs is the same thing. If you bring a consultant who can do the job and should do the job for $10,000, you allow him to charge you $50,000, $60,000, that's on you. That's on you. So the cost element that they're trying to sell is a whole lot of nonsense. The reality is that you look at the interest of the country. You look at the cost. When you say it's $1 million per kilometer, that's the average. And we say, no, construction are different. Of course it's different. The topography is different. The materials are from different areas. But 1 million is the rule of the thumb, is the average. Some you'll get for about $600,000, $700,000
per
kilometer. Some you get for 1.2, 1.3 million. But those are the limits. It's within that range. So rule of the thumb is about $1 million per kilometer of very good 4-6-lane roads, highways. So when they tell you all these things and try to bring you a whole lot of, it's all a lot of hot air by a group of corrupt people who are trying to sell you the corruption and make you think that, maybe they are right. They're trying to outsmart you, to hoodwink you. Don't allow it. Let them just bring out the audit reports, the interim reports, and you will see for yourself.
And the contracts.
And the contracts. And we compare it for you with all contracts from elsewhere. But is that just the effort to justify corruption which is killing me? Let me just say this quickly in the local languages, because
okay, all right.
Ndiye so few minutes strong. Milika foye ko ngasilo doku ha nga doku nyin ko de balla nan kamulla nga kilometer doku million woro ni nguli kemese la dollar ha katum fengol da man killing mo selo da ko leta abebu kunta ya ko molete ni highway kilometer million killing ni ko million killing do staff wuli keme woro wala do staff million killing anen keme fula jon bari ni yake average million killing nam yabe ha masinol da ko yatal ni ko masin sam masinol be bulu ni mil kanyum do ko kare dina masinol la foka bang so ni na do ko le masakona kamane ke ka fo la alas masinol sama na duty free tale charge la duty la fam e konte na fula sabata yo luwas ye masinol bula ko ne ya sambana yo mo ne jola do dollaro wuli mo wuli tan sabana siya te bolo jola je ye sambana ye do ko ke ni ye bandi masakuna yeso ye wafi ni la fe wafi la wala ye murundi so masinol daman koleya to nyati je ika fe ko ha fengol da koleya ni bas ha de mo ka je burmo ye wala ka je man bere ka je man basal ka je man tous ka je man ciment ka je so da ku yante ka fe han do ku la fa da ko mo ne consultant lo nyanta ke le mi an ko yele engineer yi ba jola maybe $10,000 karo la wulita ya jo wulita woro la itela kuru ya mo wote
na e charge wulita woro la ite ya jo
ya to mondo na ka den fenne laji so wala be caring e ka min faale ka da ko to nyaati je ben ko dol tija kan ko dum to leba jola okay na ko faawla don suma kan to mbokay li ma wax rek moy ne li ñoo wax ci réew mi fi dañu jema ndax ñu jema mbaamal sampa yoon highway on average is $1 million per kilometer bu nekk $1 million nga ciy dugal suñ ne million loolu average la am na ñoo xam ne na toll xiñ na juróom benni téeméeri junne dollar de ba juróom-ñaari téeméer junne dollar ñeneen dañ dem ba $1 million ak ñaari téeméeri junne soit soo defee average bi si waat $1 million so li ñu laa wax ne dafa cher parce que dañoo indi ay machine dara du ci dëgga machine yooyu ñi ne sampa yoon dañu am seen machine ba pare suñu joxee contrat moom nga ko machine ñoo wane ci screen bi léegi nii machine yi dañ ko am ba pare suñoo liggéey si dañu jël container ñetti container 40 foot containers ñu dugal ci machine yi indi ko fii loolu loo ci fee xëy na $1,000,000 ngaa fay rek pour container yooyu nga indi ko nga liggéey fii nga fen jox la duty free doo ci fay benn taxe nga liggéey soo pare nga delloo machine yi wala boo ko bëggee jafe nga ñaan nguur gi ñu may la nga fay ci taxe ñu jaay ko fii soo machine yi suñu leen machine dara du ci dëgga machine li ñu fay lu néew la ñu lay liggéeyal boo leen waree fay $10,000 nga tey lu fay leen $50 million $50 million yow yaa ko def dafa am loo ci am say moccaat xëy na loolu la parce que loo xam ne nga war a wax fay borom $10,000 nga fay ko $50 million yaa ko tey li ma wax rek mooy ku lay sampal yoon kooku ku lay sampal néeg nga ne ko dama nga sampal ma yoon bii mu ne daal la sampal kilomètre bu nekk ne la ko sampal $1 million ak juróom-ñetti téeméeri junne almost $2 million nga ne ko bu ma yeb du ma la ko jox bon demal ma wuti feneen ma wuti keneen ñu ne ko sampal pour $1 million ku la wax loolu nag daf lay jéem a nax foog na yow dina la mën a nax oo da nga bokk ak moom di nax Gambien si looloo fi nekk nañ waxante dëgg ci loolu lañ doon liggéey ñoom xam nañ ko ñun xam nañ ko.
There is actually no justification for a 6.7 million
not at all.
Per kilometer. No justification. No justification for that.
So anybody who tries to spin it to you is just telling you stories. Don't buy it. They think you're not smart. Tell them that you are smart. Let them bring out the interim reports. As Larry said, let them bring out the contracts. Let's see the transparency in the whole thing. Don't buy any of that hot air.
And don't buy the notion that government has nothing to hide. This government has a lot to hide.
A lot.
If you don't have anything to hide, bring out the contracts.
Yeah.
Bring out the contracts, all of them.
Exactly.
Let Gambians decide whether you have something to hide or not to hide. This is the Gambia we want.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, listeners. Thank you again for the crew. They are doing a sterling job, and the ambience in the studio is improving. Every time you come, there is something new. It's
everything is getting better and better. The staff are getting better and better.
It's exciting.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's a pleasure working with this TV station.
Yeah.
Thank you all.